Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Today we are going to be creating this adorable little window easel card. So I hope that you can join along and we can make this together. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making this adorable little card with you. This is a design team project for La La Land Crafts. So I wanted to make this adorable little mermaid card, and I'm gonna have all the supplies that I need, that I used, link on the description box down below. So now let's get right into the tutorial. So to make this card, I'm going to be using these frame dies, and also I'm gonna be using these beautiful filigree leaves and this scallop little border, and I'm gonna have all the products list on the description box below. I also went ahead and colored this adorable little mermaid that I showed you last week as a little preview. And so yeah, so now for the base of the card, I'm gonna be using some cardstock. This is some heavyweight, and I'm also gonna be using some regular weight cardstock. I went ahead and picked this blue color, and I already did this. I thought I was recording when I did this. I guess I wasn't. So all I did is I cut a piece of cardstock at 4.5 by 6.5, and I went ahead and used this die and run it through the machine to create the opening, and then I glued a piece of acetate on the back. As you can see, you can probably see a little bit of the glue in there. So all I did for this acetate is I'm using some, recycled package of batteries, I think this was. And so I just used one of the size. I always like to keep my packages when they're nice and clean like this. So it always helps a lot, for different types of projects. So I wanted to create this little window card. Okay, so now for the base of the card, I'm actually gonna do two separate pieces. So one is going to be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and one is going to be 4 3/4 by 7 1/4. Okay, so just a 1/2 inch larger, and this is just going to be so we can join them together at the top. So I'm going to score 1/2 inch on this larger piece right here, and so let me grab my little score tool that I don't have. So I'm just gonna grab this. Okay, so we're gonna do 1/2 inch along the top of the base, and this is going to be your front, this is going to be your back, or it doesn't really matter. But what we're gonna do now to create the opening on the inside or on the white frame is just do the same thing. So I'm going to pass my die cutter through. I'm gonna put this one aside, but you do want to make sure that they are on the same place. So maybe it will be easier to cut them at the same time. I just didn't do that, but we can go close enough, I guess. So maybe I need to cut it right here, maybe not. Another thing that we can do, since I already went ahead and cut mine, what I want to do maybe is use a new piece of cardstock. Okay, I think this will be easier, and I'm going to cut these just large, just small enough to fit through my die cutter machine, and I'm going to just put this frame on the center, and then I can cut the cardstock to match that piece. I think that's a little bit easier, so let's try that. All right, so I'm just gonna run this through. Okay, so here we have that window, and do save this piece because I used that die a lot. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just center it, so I don't need that piece anymore. So I'm just gonna center this here, just like that. See, then maybe This was a lot easier. And the reason why you need this second piece is just so you can cover the glue, because I don't like seeing the glue back there. Or also you will have this little white border around, which is also really neat. So I'm just gonna add my glue all around here and also here. Okay, here we go. So again, I'm just going to line up the die. Here we go. And I know it looks crooked right now with the background, but that's okay because we are going to trim this white cardstock around. Okay, so here we go. So now that I have this piece figured out, there you go. Now this match perfect. So now I'm just going to give this a little border. So I'm just gonna line up the cutter with the blue cardstock. And it's blue, by the way. It probably looks black on video. It always happens that way. But it is this navy blue that I think looks really pretty with the whole ocean theme. Even though the ocean is not navy blue, but anyway, you know what I mean. Okay, so see, now we have this frame around in here. Now the question is, will this be the same size as this one? And yes, it is. So perfect. So now I'm just going to join these two together. I'm gonna fold along the score line here. And so let's see. And we're just gonna glue this piece right on the top like so. So I'm just gonna add glue in here like this. Okay, so now we have our little window card. So there you go. So when you open these up, you know, you can see the message from the outside of the card, and I think it's super fun. So now we're just going to embellish, and I really think I want to do really clean and simple for this one. Like I cut this little die on white cardstock because I love how it looks against the blue. So I think I'm going to do something like this maybe, and then have the mermaid kind of sit on that. Cute, something like this. And then we can do this little top frame in here, or top border piece. I cut two because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do one or two, but it's okay. It's always good to have an extra one anyway. So yeah, so that's how it's going to be. I want all the attention to be on my beautiful mermaid. So I'm going to glue this down here, one right there, and then this other one right here, like creating a little sit like that. And then we can add the mermaid. Actually, I want to make this one higher, so she's sitting up there, and this one is actually sticking out. So I'm just gonna cut this out a little bit. Whoops, I moved everything. What am I doing? Okay, I guess that's okay. There you go. Still sticking in there, and there she is. She is so cute. So she's kind of covering this other one that I wanted this one to come out, so maybe I'll just put it over here. Oh my gosh, I struggle more with this than with the actual card. Okay, there you go. That's how I wanted it to be. So now I'm just gonna glue her. I'm gonna glue the bottom. I'm not really going to glue where the acetate is, because you don't want this to be showing on the other side. So let me just make sure that I clean this glue from here. Okay, yeah, I completely forgot. You can see through this acetate. Okay, so maybe we will just put her right there. Okay, so now we're gonna glue this piece. So I'm just gonna add my glue along the top here. And let's see, place this right there. And I'm going to cut this little extra piece. Here we go. So it's coming together. All right, so up here I'm gonna add a little trim, but on the inside of the card, because this is a window card, I do want this to look like on the inside there's a fish. So this stamp also came with these cute little fishes. So I know I had some here, but I guess I don't know where I put them. So I'm going to stamp a couple more and color those. So let me just grab my ink in here. So I wanted to stamp this straight into the card and just color, but I think it's gonna be a little bit hard with the mermaid there. Let me think. Maybe if I add some paper, so I'll make sure she doesn't grab any ink. I don't know. Maybe it's too risky. Is it? Or, yes, I know what I can do. So I'll make sure there's no ink in here. So there's not. And then I'm going to open this up and I'm going to add ink only on this fish. There you go. I think that works better. And if this is too complicated, you can definitely stamp separately and then just fussy cut the fish. But I just really don't want to do that. So let me just make sure there's no ink in here and there's no ink in here. Just fine. And now we can add the fishes. So I'm going to do just random fishes. So there you go. That worked. And so there's 2 in there, and then I'm gonna do 2 more maybe. Hopefully this will work too. Okay, let's just do the same here. And all right, so where can we put these other 2 fishes? Maybe down here. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. So let me see, if we close it, we see 2 fishes, 2 more. Maybe some more down. Actually, no, that's perfect because I do want the area back there for the little sentiment. So this stamp came with 2 sentiments. So I am going to make sure there's no ink in on this fish anymore. Okay, and I know I should clean it, but okay, I don't have all my stamp cleaners here right now, so I'll do that later. I usually use a baby wipe and clean this up, but I'll clean it later. And so, okay, so then I'm going to use the one that says wishing you oceans of joy, I think it says. Well, there's even bubbles in here, and I do want those bubbles. Okay, so I want to make sure that I add this somewhere where we can read it. So I'm gonna put it right in here, and hopefully this works the way I want it. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I am so happy about that. Look at that. You can see the sentiment right where I wanted it. So now what I'm going to do is just color my fish. Okay, so I went ahead and added more fishes because they're just so cute, and I added some of the same in yellow or green that I added on the fishes on her hair, so she looks more greenish and blue as well. So the colors that I use for the fish are the YG11, B41, and B93, and I don't remember the colors that I use for the mermaid, but I will put them on the description box below. I think they're pretty similar. I just have to add like the rest of the hair color. So since I have two of these, I decided I can probably you know, layer two here so it looks more full. So I think I'm going to be doing that. I think that looks really cute. I'm just going to cut these a little bit so they can overlap a little more. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue here and try to put it under without making a big mess. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can. So there you go. And then I'm going to push it to the side a little bit, so yeah, so it looks like that. Looks really nice. And these kind of look like seashells too, so that's why I like them into this project. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to turn this into like a standing card. So I know this stands up and you can open it, but I think I'm just gonna make it so it opens a little bit, you know, so it's kind of like a like one, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but I will do it and let's see how that looks. So I'm going to cut one piece of my scraps and just make sure that it measures at least 4 inches or even 3 inches will do. Okay, so this is 3.5, so I'm gonna trim this to 3 inches, and the width of the card, which is 5 inches, no, it's 4 3/4. Okay, so I'm gonna do 4 3/4 by 3, and I'm going to score. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and 1.5 and 2.5. Okay, so we're gonna do a piece like this, and this is going to open up about 1 inch here. Let's see if this is what I want. Yeah, perfect. Okay. You know, sometimes I just do this on the spot as I am recording. Actually, most of the time I do that. So I just start wondering myself if I'm doing it right. I'm going to add this little accordion fold that we just created onto the card. So I'm going to open this up, line up this little 1/2 inch with the bottom. Okay, so just laying these flats and line it up just like so. Okay, and then I'm going to do glue on the other 1/2 inch on the top, and now I'm just gonna close this whole thing down. Okay, and this is definitely optional. You don't have to do that. So there you go. Here's my little easel window card, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you give it a try and that you are inspired to create something beautiful today. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.